But that was one where I literally sat down with my co-founder. I was like, dude, we're screwed. And we went and met with Google, and I can't get into specifics, but we learned a lot about what was happening in the back-end payment system for Android.
This video is brought to you by Procopia Law, the recommended law firm of Founders Floor.
We were sitting around thinking about what could we do. We started building some ideas, and we're like, how come no one, and remember this is 2010, how come no one's building games for Android? Like Android was starting to take off. And we said, well, what if we just do the slightly contrarian thing and bet really early and really big on Android and build an Android-specific games company? Mobile's wide open, Android's wide open. What are the three things we need to believe will happen in this market for this to be a good idea? One, like the Android development environment has to get better. Two, like the Android hardware devices have to get better and have to become desirable in the eyes of consumers. And third, like platform monetization on Android has to close the gap, not catch up, but close the gap with iOS. All of those things did not happen. Mostly monetization. Like we could not make enough money from our core Android audience. And when we started, Android was so fragmented that the amount of time and energy we spent building products was disproportionate to the return we got. The big thing though was Zynga stock went from 15 to 2. And no investor wanted to put any money whatsoever into free-to-play mobile games companies. It was like the market froze. And what happens when markets change like that is, when we went in, we're like, well, we'll be early with Android. Like worst case is, we'll have this unique expertise and some other game company will value us as their Android studio. But we suddenly went to a world where no company wanted to take on excess OpEx. It's funny, when the market goes against you, everything you think is an asset becomes a liability. So we're like, oh, we've got a team of 8 engineers. This will be awesome. People are dying for Android engineers, so like we'll be this super juicy target. But in a world where everyone else is trying to cut costs, a large team is a liability, not even an engineering team in San Francisco is a liability, not an asset. And so I think we properly diagnosed the situation. Like I had no illusions when the market moved against us. We tried very hard to sell the company and ultimately did for a very small amount of money. And we very quickly realized that the things that would have to improve to make our lives better were not something we could influence as a startup. We would be a price taker. That like Google would fix those issues based on their own priorities. There's nothing we could do to work around. And I was like, we got the timing wrong. We were off by, my guess is about 2 years.